As the debate continues between Bitcoin's proponents, who envision it as a digital store of value or a global payment solution, and its non-believers, who question its long-term viability, one question remains: will Bitcoin ever become a useful currency? Recent headlines might remind you of 2021, with the resurgence of cryptocurrency enthusiasm that can be compared to the soaring crypto prices and signaling another bull market. Leading this surge is Bitcoin, the most renowned digital currency, which reached an all-time high of $73,750 in March. However, despite this success, practical concerns about the use of cryptocurrencies are still around. Even though the price of a single Bitcoin now exceeds the cost of a new BMW, its usability for everyday transactions remains quite limited. Bitcoin was created in 2009 by the pseudonymous Satoshi Nakamoto, with the goal of serving as a new mode of exchange and a replacement for traditional fiat currencies like the US dollar. The blockchain technology supporting Bitcoin was designed to facilitate safe and verifiable transactions, and the gradual creation of new Bitcoins was intended to boost liquidity. In its early years, this vision was enthusiastically supported by Bitcoin's initial adopters. As Bitcoin's value soared from a few $100s to around $70,000, its perceived purpose evolved. Rather than being viewed as a mode of exchange, it is now largely considered a store of value, akin to investments characterized by scarcity, such as gold. This shift in perception is exemplified by the famous Bitcoin pizza story from 2010, where someone spent 10,000 BTC on 2 pizzas, a sum that would be worth about $600 million today if retained. Despite its growing popularity as an investment, Bitcoin has not yet achieved its original goal of becoming a viable alternative to government-backed currencies. The question remains: when, if ever, will Bitcoin fulfill its intended role as the digital world's decentralized equivalent of the US dollar? Many experts are increasingly skeptical about Bitcoin's potential to function as an actual currency. While it has gained significant traction as an asset, its practical use for everyday transactions continues to be a major challenge. There is a significant divide between many economists and crypto experts on the longevity of Bitcoin as an asset class. However, when Money interviewed representatives from both sides, they concurred on one point: Bitcoin might never achieve its initial goal of becoming a functional currency. Opinions differ on whether this matters, but the consensus is clear on its limited potential as a traditional currency. Many economists also argue that Bitcoin's value is unjustifiable. Dr. Bob Johnson, an economics professor at Creighton University, claims that despite Bitcoin's high price, it lacks inherent value due to its lack of accreditation and practical use. He points out that while the US dollar is backed by the full faith and credit of the US government, Bitcoin does not have such backing. Johnson argues that even if Bitcoin's value were universally accepted, there is little incentive for the US government to support it as a currency, especially considering that Bitcoin's supply is concentrated in the hands of a few holders, contradicting its promise of financial democratization. Transacting with cryptocurrency is still both expensive and inconvenient. The volatility of Bitcoin prices and the high fees associated with trading coins make it economically impractical to use as money under current conditions. Crypto skeptics believe that these factors will prevent Bitcoin from ever becoming a fiat currency like the USD. Even crypto enthusiasts acknowledge this limitation. Martin Leinweber, a digital asset strategist at Market Vector Indexes, notes that despite efforts to address scalability and cost issues through solutions like the Lightning Network, Bitcoin's volatility and high transaction costs still hinder its practical use for everyday payments. But does it really matter if Bitcoin never becomes a global currency? Johnson and Leinweber both believe that Bitcoin may never fulfill its original intent of becoming a mainstream currency. However, Leinweber argues that Bitcoin's true value lies in its current use as a store of value, making its role as a currency irrelevant. According to Leinweber, Bitcoin's appeal is its ability to serve as a hedge against economic instability, much like gold. He suggests that stablecoins, which are pegged to the USD or other fiat currencies, offer practical utility for transactions, not Bitcoin. He emphasizes that investors appreciate Bitcoin as digital gold rather than a primary payment medium, which gives it its value. Lineweber points to projects like Bitcoin Beach in El Salvador, where Bitcoin can be used to pay bills, buy food, and get haircuts. However, he acknowledges that such large-scale utility is unlikely to be widely achieved. This shows the difference in perception between Bitcoin enthusiasts and skeptics regarding its practical application and value. Ultimately, there is a fundamental divide between crypto proponents and critics on whether Bitcoin's value justifies its high price. Some argue that Bitcoin holds value as a decentralized digital gold. Others, like Johnson, believe its price is irrational, comparing it to the tulip mania of the 1600s, when tulip bulbs were traded for exorbitant prices. Both sides agree that Bitcoin is unlikely to become a fiat currency, but they disagree on whether its current state warrants its massive price. With all of that said, what do you think? Can Bitcoin ever achieve mainstream currency status, or will it remain an investment asset? We would love to hear from you. Please share your wonderful thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you found today's video informative and would like to receive more insights and updates on cryptocurrency and global finance, please consider liking the video, subscribing to our channel, and turning on post notifications. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll bring you more of the latest updates in crypto and digital finance. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and most importantly, continue to invest wisely. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.